Hi friends, this is Sai. It's been a long time since I made any video. Uh, Life has been quite eventful in the past 2 years, COVID and all. So anyhow, I want to make a super short video about something which is really important. We'll be talking in detail about it probably later. Maybe DJ is going to be talking about that. But for now, let me just show you a couple of things. So right in front of me is one of the food forests, which was designed by my friend, my mentor, Dwarakanath Jnaneswar. And this is roughly 200 square yards, probably a bit less. That's the area for this plot. And this must be, it must be almost 10 years since we've started doing something here. And there have been a couple of videos about this in my channel and also on DJ's channel. So you can look at some of the iterations which happened there. But for right now, I just want to show you that how the different layers are, as you can see from here. So we've got the Indian corkwood tree there. We've got Terminalia Katapa, nothing to do with the Bahubali Katapa. And then we've got Moringa. Right, so you can just start seeing that there are certain set of trees which we can call the overstory. Right, you can see the length to which they are going. Of course, you might be, I mean, when you are trying to harvest, you might not want the tree to go that high in certain conditions, but just to understand that's the potential for what the tree can do. So you can see those two moringas are there, and the tallest right now is the Indian corkwood tree, and we have harvested it once. We've pruned it once, and then we've got Terminal Katapa, that is badam. We've got one more badam out there, and we've got Pongemia pinnata out there, which has been I think more or less voluntary. We have not done much to it, and therefore the growth is also not as much as we would have preferred, because it gets regularly pruned by buffaloes which pass by on this road. So we've got Tecoma stands there, we've got pomegranate, and inside there are sitafal, there is sapota and all those stuff. But just from here you can start understanding that we are occupying so many layers, right? So you've got that layer, and then you can see that yellow fruit, if you can see, that is lime, that is dabbaka as we call it in Telugu. So that is one story that you can see clearly. Then you've got Lucina. So initially we used to have lots and lots of Leucaena here because we were rapidly building up the soil. But later on, I think about 2 or 3 years back, we did a, should I call, deep cleansing for this. And we started removing a lot of things which no longer needed to be there. They were already, the soil was looking very good. There was very good fungal hyphae just 1 feet below the soil, because we really don't go much into it unless it is really required. And right now what you're seeing, I should have mentioned it in the beginning, this has been completely unmanaged for the last 2.5 years, and it's been almost 6-7 months since we even went for harvesting inside. So that's why once we go inside, you'll be seeing lots and lots of that lime fruit which has fallen because we weren't able to harvest. By the way, that lime has these big thorns, so you've got to be quite careful when you're going out there for harvesting. So of course you see a couple of flower trees here, but they are outside, and you'll be seeing a couple of vines, right? That is that creeper, that is bitter gourd and maybe rich gourd, and they are essentially volunteer ones. We don't do anything. If I go closer, you might be able to see that some fruit will come and the seeds will drop off, and that's how it is. So the first thing before I start going more closer is the different levels that you need to understand. So right here we can see three levels quite clearly out there, right? And there is that volunteer castor. So now as we go inside, we can start seeing more layers. And as I said, we've not been watering this place since maybe 5-6 years. We hardly have. Maybe once when we wanted to I think 2 years back, when we wanted to put up veggie beds, that was the only time that we would have watered some of the beds. But otherwise This is not a place where we do anything. You can just see that it is most of the places it is difficult to see the soil, and that is the benefit that we are getting from that Terminalia catapa that we have out there, those red leaves that you see, right? And this is the bitter gourd that I was talking of. So this is essentially a place where all the stray animals come, goats come, they have their fill, leave whatever they don't want, eat whatever they want, and just a couple of UK subabul. Yeah, just a couple of subabul which are still surviving. I got bit by ants, that's why to stop in between. Yeah, so, and there you can see sapota. The point is that once I start going inside, everything is so close. Even I have a hard time identifying. So first just showing you these long shots of what is growing there. And you can just see that all the mulch which is falling down, that is again going back, building up the soil. That is one real nice thing which is happening out there. So you can see some of the stones and other things that we have put there, and those were essentially for demarcating the paths and the beds. Yep, so I'm going inside. My friend Sai Kalyan, he kindly opened the gate for me. So in the absence of a proper ground cover, we are having some of these weeds which are doing exactly the same thing that we would wanted a ground cover to do, that is cover the ground. And we are having one more layer of these small shrubs. So you can add two more layers to the already 3 layers that I was talking to you about. As you can see that we can see these logs, you can see a lot of leaf mulch out there, and let me just see how the soil is underneath. Nice, the soil breakdown is really good. Wow. And I still remember how the soil used to be earlier here. My friend Upendra used to joke that that things used to bounce off this place. It was like a cricket ground at one point of time. It is so amazing to see that just a couple of years, less than a couple of years of work has created such a beautiful system. You can see that all this is naturally mulched, and you can see the various stages of decaying here. You can see the greens, you can see the yellow, then you can see the brown, and then you can see this dark brown matter, and you can already see that the fungus is doing its job. Really nice. Okay, so couple of years back, this place used to be completely shaded, and one of the things that we did was to open up the canopy. Now you do need to open up the canopy if you want to start doing gardening out here. So this, although this started off as a food forest, but we were essentially doing forest gardening, and that's why we had to open up the canopy so that we could get sunlight which would help the plants to grow. So you might have seen a couple of photos, and I think during one of my PDCs the students helped out in putting plants out here, tomatoes, chilies and plants like that, essentially vegetable crops. So in one way we can just call it quits, and this place is going to take care of itself, not just now but almost for the past 5 to 6 years, or maybe even more than that. It would take care of itself. There's going to be a lot of good mulch which is getting dropped, different types of mulches, And there is a reason why these things were chosen, right? It's not as if all these came up on their own. They're not volunteers. For example, DJ did consider which plant, which story it is going to do, and what kind of mulch it is going to drop. So, for example, the flower mulch of Indian corkwood tree, that is good. So we wanted that. That's why we put it there. So when we look at it, we look at the aesthetics. That is, we look at the form, but it's the function which dominates, and that is what permaculture teaches us about. Form follows function. So these are some of the bakai that we have out here, which we were unable to harvest, right? And there were a couple of experiments that we had to leave midway. So one of them was that we were trying to create some sort of a composting out here. You can still see some of the remnants of it. We get a lot of flower mulch, so all that was dumped here. Oh wow, wow. So nicely, and this is still moist. This is moist. This moist. This looks good. This looks good, really good. So that's why you see the blue tarpaulin out there. And at one stage, and that stage will come pretty soon, this tree, this lime tree was taking so much space, and it was so loaded with fruit that we had to actually give it the support. And that's the first time that we would ever done it. So we used to have lots of pomegranates here. Then we pruned it because, as I said, we wanted to open up the canopy. You can see that now we have a lot less of them. Probably one more would be there somewhere inside. But right now in front of us is sapota. And of course, that's the magnificent moringa. And you can see, those who know, you know that how we pruned it. And you can see that those are the new branches which have gone up there. Again, the point is how well the soil is taking care of itself, how well we are able to generate this kind of mulch, and you can even see that the weed pressure is very little, and it's mainly there where we had put up the paths. You find very little weeds inside the beds, but right now it is difficult to say where is the bed and where is the path. So this is a curry leaf tree that we have out here, and Cyclian is just identifying places where we can just show you how the soil has turned up into. Nice. Oh wow, beautiful. The soil breakdown is happening really nice. Can we go a bit more deep? Yeah. Yep, so we keep on seeing the fungal connections. Right. And sometimes it seems quite sad that we have to do this to show, because we would not have wanted to disturb the soil at all. Yep, so here we have a Ramafal tree. Wow, it's giving these fruits. And next to it we have a Sitafal. Ramafal and Sitafal next to each other, the way you would have all wanted. So this is right under the Terminalia Katapa tree. Of course, we've got the fruits. Badam fruit. Yeah, this again is slightly moist, and of course, once we see this white layer which is out there, we've got the fungus. Nice. Wow. This texture looks so different. Yeah, this is different texture. Yep. Yeah, there is moistness here. So we can see these roots and we know that this is the tree which is doing this. It is keeping it moist. It is pumping up the water. Yep. Yep. Still there is moisture. Slightly there is different color of the soil. So we can just see not really horizons, but we can see that till where the soil is getting made. Yeah. Yeah. So the moistness still remains. You can see these white layers, fungal hyphae. Really nice. So, yep, we can go a bit more down and just see how it is. Just by understanding the different shades of, going from almost black to brown to reddish, we can start seeing that how much the soil has been made. Yep. Yep. So we are right now about half feet down. There is moisture, and I suspect that there is going to be moisture even down. You can go almost till 1 feet. So you can just see that this is the black thing that I was saying, the black layer, and slowly we are going towards into that red. And all this is the magic of the mulch and the way we put things, and how we did watering in the initial stages and how we managed the whole thing. So okay, with that I'll just end this video here. Need to do a couple of things more here, and hopefully in the coming year there are going to be more videos from me and from my friends. Thanks for watching.